I'm Chris Bryant, CCIE number 12933, and the main topic of today's Cisco certification video is becoming CCNA Security certified. But even if you're not thinking about this certification at the present time, first off, I hope to change your mind in the next few minutes and show you how important this new certification is. But also, we're going to discuss how to keep up with recertification rules that Cisco may change from time to time, exams expiring, that kind of thing. So there's a little something here for everybody. And we'll start first off by knowing the number, right? We got to know the exam number before we can go register for it. And the official exam number and name is 64553. It's the IINS exam, Implementing Cisco iOS Network Security. There are now really 4 CCNA certifications, and this is where a little of the confusion comes in from time to time. The main certification is still the CCNA, and it's currently the 640-802 version. If you're taking the 1 exam path, if you're taking the 2 exam path, you have to take the ICND 1 exam and then the ICND 2. And if you're wondering which path to take, I do have another video here on YouTube and on the website that'll help you make that decision. We now have the CCNA Security, Voice, and Wireless certifications as well. Cisco is referring to these as concentrations. Now, the Security, Voice, and Wireless concentrations all have one thing in common. To take each of these individual exams and earn the respective certifications, you must first hold a valid CCNA. You're not even going to be able to register for the exam without a valid CCNA number. So again, you've got to earn the main CCNA first, and then you can turn your attention to the security, the voice, and the wireless concentrations. These are all very valuable certifications. I'm glad to see that Cisco is addressing these areas of interest, security, voice, and wireless, in this way. Now let's talk about that recertification for just a moment before we move on with the CCNA security discussion. I've put here on the whiteboard from Cisco.com's website the recertification rules for the CCNA Security certification. It's valid for 3 years. To recertify, you either have to pass a CCNA concentration exam, whether that's wireless, security, or voice, pass any 642 professional or Cisco specialist exam, excluding the sales specialist exams, or pass a current CCIE or CCDE written exam. Now, the reason I didn't just put the URL up here is that the URLs out there now are really, really long. I doubt they'd even fit on this whiteboard. But I want to impress on you the importance when you are a Cisco certified professional, and I don't mean a professional level certification, I mean you've got any certification from Cisco at all. It is up to you to keep up to date with the certification, recertification changes, the recertification rules, any exams that are expiring on a path that you're taking, that kind of thing. Cisco publicizes them, but it's up to us to keep up with that news. So I would strongly recommend you go out to Cisco.com and then go under Training and Events, and then to Career Certifications and Paths. And every exam blueprint you would ever want is out there, but also they put out there when exams are expiring, what you've got to do to recertify, that kind of thing. So again, you can't depend on Cisco to send you an email and say, hey, go out and take a look at the site. We have to keep up with that as professionals. That's part of our job. All right, that part of the lecture is over. Now, just a few details about the format of the exam, and again, this is straight from Cisco's website. You're looking at a 90-minute time limit as of the making of this video, and you're looking at 55 to 65 questions, and they list the question formats there, and frankly, they're the usual. You could have simulation questions, you're going to have drop and drag, you're going to have radio button, you're going to have multiple choice, all the question types that we're really used to seeing on certification exams. Also, there is a tutorial out there and an example of each question type at the Cisco Training and Certification site. So I'd suggest you go out there, just take a look around their tutorial, just so you're better prepared for the different question types. There's one thing I want to mention here that's a little bit different from some other exams that you may have taken from Cisco, is that this time you're going to have to know something about a GUI. It's called Security Device Manager. And you're used to working from the command line, and if you're like me, you're actually attracted to Cisco because we like working at the command line. But SDM is a very powerful and becoming a very popular GUI, so you don't just need to know it for this exam. You need to know about it so you can work with it in the real world as well. It's actually pretty easy to learn. I would recommend getting some hands-on with it if at all possible before you take this exam, and I put a smiley face up here because you need to be familiar with the additional tasks section. My study guides and videos for this course have plenty of SDM coverage, and you can find some on the web as well on Cisco's site as far as actual documentation with SDM. There are task buttons there, and then there's one catch-all that says additional tasks, and I think you can do about 200 different things in there. But you want to be careful about that. If you can get some hands-on with SDM before this exam, I think that's a great idea. Finally, the CCNA Security Certification, it really does two things as far as security goes. First off, it means you know how to secure a network. And there's a pretty broad range of topics on this exam. There's a full blueprint on Cisco's website. But it also helps you to secure your current job as well as make you even more marketable. And that's always important, but it's particularly important today. I would strongly recommend that you add this and the voice and the wireless certifications to your resume. Because really, being a network admin today, it's not just a luxury to know about network security or a little bit of voice or a little bit of wireless. We really have to know it, because in today's networks, these three, I mean, we got to work with them almost every day in many networks, and they're just becoming more and more popular, especially with voice and wireless. Security, as we already know, is about as popular as it's ever going to get. So I would strongly recommend you look at all three of these certifications, but especially the CCNA Security certification. Hope you've enjoyed this look at this relatively new certification. I've got plenty of resources for this particular exam out on the website, plenty of fully illustrated tutorials. I'm Chris Bryant, CCIE number 12933, and I'll see you at the website.